Have you ever felt like you work hard day and night, yet somehow someone who seems to work less ends up getting ahead of you? If your answer is yes, then this story might completely change the way you think. A long time ago, near a small village, there was a dense forest. Every morning before sunrise, two woodcutters would walk into the forest with their axes resting on their shoulders. Both were poor. Both worked incredibly hard, and both shared the same dream, to give their families a better life. But there was one important difference: their mindset. The first woodcutter believed the only path to success is to keep working, without ever stopping. From sunrise to sunset, he swung his axe without taking a single break. No proper meals, no rest, no pause. His hands became covered in blisters. His shoulders ached with pain, but he refused to stop. He kept telling himself, the moment you stop, you lose. The second woodcutter was just as hardworking, but every hour, he would sit down under a tree for 5 minutes. He would take out his axe and patiently sharpen its blade. The first woodcutter laughed at him. He said, "Don't you want to succeed? While I'm cutting trees, you're sitting there doing nothing." The second woodcutter simply smiled. He never argued. Time passed. Then one day, the owner of the forest made an announcement. "Today, we'll find out who has cut down the most trees this month." The first woodcutter smiled with confidence. He was certain he would win. After all, he hadn't taken a single break. But when the counting was over, everyone in the forest was shocked. The winner was the second woodcutter. He had cut down far more trees. The first woodcutter couldn't believe it. He walked over angrily and asked, "How is this even possible? I saw you sitting down every hour while I worked without stopping. How did I lose?" The second woodcutter quietly handed him his axe. Its blade was shining. Then he smiled and said, "When you saw me sitting, I wasn't resting. I was sharpening my axe." The first woodcutter looked at his own axe. Its blade had become completely dull. And in that moment, he finally understood. For an entire month, he had been putting in more effort, but every single swing had become weaker than the one before. That day, he didn't lose to another man. He lost to his own way of thinking. My friend, most of us are living exactly like that first woodcutter. We're busy from morning till night, working, running, trying harder every day. But here's the real question. Are we sharpening our own axe? Are we learning something new? Are we improving our skills? Are we becoming wiser through our mistakes? Remember this. The most dangerous thing isn't getting tired. The most dangerous thing is spending years working the same way, without learning, without improving, without changing. Because when an axe becomes dull, working harder won't help. Sharpening it will. And your axe is your mind, your knowledge, your skills, and your habit of becoming a better version of yourself every single day. Now I want to ask you one question. If your life were an axe, what would you start changing today to sharpen its blade? Write your answer in the comments below, because your one answer might inspire someone else to completely change their life.